Hello and welcome back to the next video in the Creative Christmas series, Bells Will Be Ringing. And so this project is all about bells and adding bells to your journal. And I actually the thought process came in for this particular project is I had made these bells for caroling. I know this time of the year, who knows, I mean, if we're gonna actually be able to carol. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I'm going to be adding to my junk journal and my December daily journal, and also I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the idea behind caroling, because it's super fun for kids and grandkids, and I'm sorry, myself too. So okay, so what you're going to need to do is heat your glue gun up. I have these, oh, why did my brain has not been functioning lately. Pipe cleaners, you're going to need pipe cleaners. If you haven't already, I love this tinsel. This is 98 cents from Walmart. You can get it at Dollar Tree. I don't know about Dollar Tree, but I know Dollar General. All those places like that have them. I get the really inexpensive kind because I like it because you can actually, it's real thin and it's not real thick, so you can craft with it better. Pom-poms, let's see, bells, of course. Let's get this moved out of the way here. And then really anything you want to, we're going to be making these little tags here, these little paperclip junk tags. I guess they're called, I guess you would call them tags, but, or charms. And then I have some ribbon, I have some polka dotted tulle, which I need to get some regular tulle. This is eyelash, I call it eyelash yarn. You can buy a whole bulk of it at Hobby Lobby. This, I love, love, love this. This is that crinkly binding. I know there's like a special name for it, but I just call it like crinkling binding material. It's that, this company here, you can be found on Etsy. It's called My Scrap Cabin Shop, and she does sets, so I'm sure she has another Christmas set out. I'm going to be doing these, and I might throw in some green, but I'm going to mark this to put her shop down below, because very reasonable, and I have used them so much. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind to put that in my notes at the bottom of this video. I have more pom-poms. I used, when making this was part of the kit that I put out. You have a paper clip. And you can, this is just a, one of those zipper pull type deal tags, but you can use like a lobster clasp. You could even use just yarn if you wanted to add yarn or ribbon to do your pulling, or adding, this is just to clip onto your journal, planner, or notebook, whatever you're going to be using. I pulled this out. I don't know if I'll be using it. It's one of those, I love these little, they're the, what do you call them, the light bulb shaped clips. They're almost like a safety pin, but they're called light bulb. I know you can get bukus of them on Amazon, and so I got those. I got a couple little, because since my theme is candy this year, I got me a couple little candy canes. These are just little charms that you can be found in the ornament section. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to be working with. I'm also going to be, if you want to grab yourself a red pen, or I mean any color pen really, or pencil, I'm going to be showing you how to quickly make these little fun things. I got these in Happy Mail all the time. They're one of my favorite things to add. This one's super loud, but they're one of my favorite things to add to when I'm writing letters, or actually just to lay out or put in your pencil container. They're just fun. They're whimsical, cute little. I know you guys have probably seen these. I think they sell these at my grocery store. And there you have it. That's my life. There's just stuff going on all the time. Okay, so let's get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make the charms. So we're going to we're going to, I did this at an event at my sweet friend Elaine's house. I kind of showed these. I saw these on Amazon, not Amazon, Pinterest. I believe I saw them on Pinterest, and I love them. They're so adorable. Oh, and this one also has some twine on it, so let me see if I can get myself some twine. Okay, so this is just something that I had. If you got the kit, you got some twine as well. I wanted to see also about getting some tulle because I wasn't quite prepared for this, but I have some red tulle right here. Actually, looking at my colors, this red doesn't really go, so let me get a different color here. Okay, I found some pink, I found some hot pink, and some and I found this green. I think this will work for what I'm going to be doing, but also to go look at this polka dotter tool. Isn't it fabulous? You can find this on Etsy as well, and I will try to remember to link that shop below. You know I have to write this stuff down because by the time I chat through these videos, I totally forget. Ow, my glue gun's on and it got on my pen. Okay, so we're going to put on there the polka dotted tool as well. I really like purchasing from Etsy. For one, it's a one-stop shop for me, especially for the projects that I do. That way I'm not constantly searching. I don't have to buy a lot in bulk, and you're supporting small businesses. So, okay. So first of all, let's move all this stuff aside. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee here. I just thought of one other thing you'll need is if, I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do these, is to have just a small sheet of cardstock, or actually I like the one-sided pretty paper for these projects, so you'll want to get just a strip of that and have that handy. Okay, I got too much on my desk here. Oh, and then one more thing. I thought I would open this up with you guys. Before we begin, I went junking this last weekend, and I picked up these, she had these bins of these plastic bags full of scrapbooking. She called them a scrapbooking lot. They really need to be aired out because they smell like, you know how when material's outside. But she had made up these just different little scraps, yarn, ribbon, tulle, I mean not tulle, but you know, paper doilies. Look at that. That's just fabulous. So yeah, so I bought a ton of this stuff. I hope to use it in some of my kits. I hope to use it at an event that we're going to be having here next year. Hopefully, cross our fingers that everything goes well with this stuff that's going around. But you can do so many fun things with this. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of these because maybe we can look at that. That's so pretty. So yeah, it's just always keep your eye open at places, because I love buying stuff like this, especially at thrift stores and stuff where they have just bulk items in bags. It's like, ooh, treasures. Okay, so we're going to start with this. You're going to get your paper clip. I basically just ran this. If you're going to be, okay, so I'm going to be doing my December daily is not ring bound or anything, but my other journal that I use for my Christmas planning is ring bound. So I'm going to go with just the paper clip, and then, but I'm going to talk to you also about how you can use it to add to your, if you have a ring bound. So this is, if you have a ring bound, you're going to want to add like a little clip on here. This is where you could add your lobster clasps or anything like that. This is so that you have the little thing that you can clip onto your binder. But what I'm going to do is create where I can just stick it in on my journal. So what I'm going to do is just create like, where I'm just going to junk up mine. And actually I got this idea from my sweet friend Laura when I did showed how to do these things. But, you know, I may be able to, let me just start with that, and then I'm going to move on, because I forgot you have to add the material on there. So let's go ahead and make one for the paper clip, and then we will talk about making one for using your little clasp there. So it's really along the same concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my bell. Of course, you got to add your bells. And I even had, which I learned this from the Happy Marigold, is just putting a bell on here. It's just so cute, and adding it to your journal. I like having my journal jingle. Oh, didn't that sound cute? I'm going to have my journal jingle. But I'm going to go and just add some tulle. So I'm just going to kind of lay out some strips here. I'm going to go ahead and add some of this ribbon. I love this ribbon. You get a bunch of it. It's funny, I used all my pink. Every time I get pink from her, it's like one of the first ones like that goes. And actually you don't need that big of a strip, because it's so such a small little area that you're going to be using it for. So I would say, let's get our ruler out and see how much I'm cutting here. 5 to 6 inches maybe, but actually probably 5 would just be fine. Because I'm probably going to end up trimming this just a tad bit. I want to get my green. And then, you know, basically you're just making a junk bow. Let's see, is that all? We got this other pink that can be added in there. Okay. So then what I do is literally, you just tie them on here. I mean, it's so easy peasy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add my peppermint. Look at these little guys have a little clip on there. Maybe kind of too big. Let's add this little round one. See how that looks. This is fun, you know? How cute is that? Okay. So then, I'm just going to add these I'm literally just going to tie these on. And I double knot because sometimes this eyelash one doesn't need to be double knot. And you know, as you have it on your journal, and it starts coming unraveled, then you can always just fix it if you need to. I tell you what, this little polka dot, it was a hit at the little class I did, because it is just adorable. Look how fun that is. I want to not totally waste this little thing. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. That way I have a longer on one side. That kind of makes it a little chunky. Let's see if I can tighten that up a little bit. That way I can cut it and have some. See, it's getting really, really fluffy. Add some solid colors in there. That may be all I can add on here. Because you definitely want room to be able to clip it into your book. Now this is where, if you were going to do your clip. Oh, and you can add beads. See, on this one I did beads and I did a charm. You could add a charm. I feel like with this one it's a bell, so that's my charm. But you could slide this thing up like that, and then you would add your piece of material on. So, I mean, not material, but scrapbook paper. So let me I got this handy here. So I'm going to kind of measure it out. Let's see how much I need. You see, it's so little. Let's see, let's measure that. Luckily with this chevron, it makes it easy to, chevron pattern, it makes it fairly easy to measure it. So I think it's a 3/4 of an inch. Let's see what that does. It may be, I may move it up to 1/2 inch. The thing that what this does, it just kind of secures your ribbons in place. And actually I probably could have done a little bit more. So maybe 1 inch. Let's try that. Actually, let's do a little. I'm just going to cut this off. So this is 1.5. Let's see, is that too much? Way too much. I say 1 inch. Okay. So about 1 inch material, and you're going to literally fold it over like that, and then come through and do another fold, cut it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here, although I'm not going to be keeping it on here, but you know, that's the because I'm going to actually use mine to clip in. But so what you'll do is you'll add your clip there, and then you can either use your glue gun or you can use a really strong adhesive. I think my glue stick would work just fine too. But come in here, whoops, add a little glue here. And then squeeze it shut. And then you get your twine, and this is where you can even use your die cuts. If you have some really teeny tiny small die cuts, or even like one of these little houses. Let me just cut one of these little cute houses out. Let me do a pink one. You can add it on here, just like that. So let's get your twine on there. I'm going to cut a little piece of that off. And if you want some other ideas on here, I know I have them on my Pinterest board, but you can Google junk paper clips or paperclip, what did I Google? Paperclip charms. That will bring them up too. And I just wrapped this twine around it a couple of times. I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but I'll show you in just a second. I basically just wrapped it around and I'm double knotting it. Like that. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm going to move it up a little bit. Where's my little house? See, you got, I'm trying to look at, this is like some different die cuts you can put in there. I was going to look for the Christmas ones I had. Oh, here's some that are in my little drawer junk thing. Like this little, this is actually cuter than the house. I don't know if it'll fit on there. This is actually one of those, but it's so thin, I hate to use it. It's one of those little vintage sealant tags, but this cardstock one, and I just use glue gun. You can use your... I've had some pretty good luck with glue gun on my paper. I've used it in scrapbooking a while back, and I haven't had any problems with it coming up. Ta-da! And you got a little house on there. Of course, you can add some sparkle, of course. Let's put some sparkle in the windows and on around the house. And we're going to add this to my planner, the planner. Again, if you didn't want to do the charm, you just wouldn't have to, you would just use the paper clip. I can get this on there. Ta-da! Isn't that adorable? So cute. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it as a charm. I thought I was going to cut it off and put it on my December daily, but... And the joy of this fun project is you can use so many different little designs, colors. If you have just plain gold, you can use gold. You can use, you know, all those... and if you literally look at this, this is just little scraps of ribbon. So let me show you a little close up here. As you can see, it's just wrapped around the paper clip there. Put some little tulle. You can add maybe some hot glue on that twine a little bit so it doesn't go moving up like I just saw it doing. And you can add as many charms, much ribbon as you want. Color, theme it to your project. Add this in, I think this would be really cute to add on a journal that you send out as Happy Mail, or just as Happy Mail in general. You can make these up for your friends and send them. But yay! It actually turned out really cute. I'm so happy with it. Okay, so that's your first little bell project. Now, the second one, oh, you know what? I didn't add any of this. That's okay. Leave it for another project. I guess I did use some of the pink. Okay, so the next project is I'm going to show you how to make one of these little... I mean, they're super inexpensive, I know. But if you wanted, again, to make up some for journalings or friends or whatever, you can buy the stuff for it and make up a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to use this pencil. This was the only Christmas pencil I could find, which I know I have a ton of them somewhere, but I wanted to do Christmas themed. I thought about I could even add it to my top of my Le Pen, but I decided I'm just going to do a pencil. So the first thing I do is I'm going to really like get a substantial, depending on what you really want to do, you could even make it crazy like Dr. Seuss, where it sticks out like the actual, kind of like sticks out on here. But I'm going to take some of these pipe cleaners, and then I'm not going to actually do this one, but you're going to kind of get the idea where it looks like what they did on this one is they just tied a bunch of ribbons. It looks like they put a piece of metal around it, but I mean, you could actually kind of do the same concept of tying ribbons around and putting little balls. But I'm going to show you guys how to do these little guys. So what I did was to kind of create a thicker, to kind of hold your bells and pom-poms, I'm going to take 2 pieces of tulle. And actually, I'm going to do green and red. And I really like using the fuzzy ones for this one. Some of them are like the tinsel, but I personally like to use the the fuzzy one. This is just kind of to create a substantial, like a topper to where they can hold the pom-poms and stuff. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun, and we're just going to cover that top of the pencil. And we're just going to wrap. Watch your fingers on the glue gun. I do use hot because to me, when I use the other one, it doesn't hold for my taste. And these things are so fun to work with, these pipe cleaners. And they're inexpensive and they're fun. So I'm just going to clip those off. Like, this is where if you were going to do your Dr. Seuss, you could keep these up here. But what we're going to do also, which I'm glad I didn't cut them yet, is we're going to add our bells. So I'm going to get my 2 bells. Do I have any colorful ones? Let me do a red and a... I'm going to put a red one on this one, and see how super simple they just slide in to the pipe cleaners just like that. You can see that. They just slid in there. And I want to have them where they're kind of on top here. See how I bent that? I put them on the top and then I bent my pipe cleaner back down. So they're like that. And I'm going to wrap my pipe cleaner around one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue on here so that the pipe cleaner really gets a hold of that. And then I think I probably should use my wire cutters, but I'm just going to use my scissors. Which they actually cut really good there. Okay, so you kind of have this, but it looks really junky, right? This is where you're going to make it fun and doll it up. So I'm going to take my fun tinsel. I can find my end here. Cut me off a piece. And I'm just going to kind of wrap it around. The bottom there. Ooh, it's hot. Okay. And then kind of squish that up. I hear jingle bells. And then I'm going to take my pom-pom and squeeze them all together and put a big old glob under here of glue. I'm going to squeeze this on and hold it. You really want that to adhere. That's why you want to put a big glob of glue on there. Might just stick a little bit more down in there just to be on the safe side. Hold it together. I guess if you want, you could actually get really creative. Take some more of this. I just love this stuff. Maybe that's, you can put your bow on it. I didn't even use that other tool that I went and got. I just thought about that. I don't know. May need a bigger piece. Because I like my bows to be kind of big and fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. Let's try something else. I'll try this tool and see how this works. You don't have to do tool at all. Just kind of playing around here with this and seeing what it looks like. You could just do a bunch of ribbon and have them hanging off. And then I'm just going to add a little dot of glue at the top of that ribbon there and squish it up, squish the ribbon up so it doesn't go anywhere. Ta-da! Don't you love it? Oh my gosh. Gives new meaning to the song. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons, pretty pencils. Pretty pencils. Uh oh, y'all are getting a singing lesson here. But you could actually, nope, okay. I'm gonna stop. But there you go. Fun little, inexpensive, fun little project. I guess by the time you buy all your stuff, but especially if you're making like several of them up, and you made it. It's so cute and it's so fun. I can't wait to use it. Alright, so this one makes fun wands too, don't you think? You could add bell wands. Oh, endless possibilities. Okay, so, whoops, sorry, hit the camera. One more project with the bells. Clear our spot here. Now this really doesn't go with the planner or a journal or anything, but I made these when we did caroling and I absolutely loved them. And so basically I think I did 3. I think I did some fuzzy ones too. Let me get some fuzzy ones out here. So let's do 2 fuzzy ones and 1, let's do silver since I got a bunch of silver bells. And I basically just kind of push these together and I made like a bracelet. And actually, if I'm going to put the picture, I made these like 2 years ago. I posted on my Instagram, but I found the picture and so I'll show you guys. I'll post a picture on my blog so you'll be able to see them. So, and you're just basically kind of twirling it around, making it like a candy cane type. And I made it where it was comfortable to hold in your hand, or you could put it on your wrist. My wrist is fairly big, so it'd have to be really big. But, you know, actually maybe I did use all of them, because then, okay. So I just kind of did a twirl, like just, you know, opposite ends, push this one way, this one the other, to create like a candy cane type swirly. And then I added bells. So I would put 1, 2, I have a lot of silver bells. I don't have, and then you could even add the little ones if you wanted to. You don't have to even, oh, here's a green one. Let me put a green one on there. Add a little bit of color on the green. And you could even put smaller ones if you wanted to. And then you bring it back up. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died. I thought I had it charged up. Okay, I don't know where we left off, but we slid the bells onto the tool. And then I'm going to come over here and turn it, twist it around like that. So you have yourself like a little ring. Now take it one step further, and that's the only thing with this tool. You have to, I really try to tuck in the little wire pieces because it's so, it can be painful. But this is where you get your tool. Tool is great for these projects because you can add so much, and it really adds a lot to the project. I mean, it really adds a lot to the fluff. And I'm just going to start adding ribbon on the sides here. And you don't have to put a whole lot. And actually you could just put tulle, but you can make it as fun. You can, and this is what's fun, you can add it to match little outfits. Let's try that piece that I just cut for. See if I can use it on here. And actually, I might be able to salvage this and use it on one on each side. And the tool's fab because, fabulous. It's fabulous because it really holds itself in place. You know, you don't have to like glue it or double knot it or worry about it coming unraveled. And I like to add, and that's where you can kind of come in and start looking at your, like I have a whole bag full of ribbon that I've cut up. Of course I can't find it right now. But let me look in here. I even have, oh, you know what? This is where my little lace can come in handy. If you wanted to make it more shabby chic, which this is not really the shabby chic project. I have this fabulous green ribbon, kind of like hand dyed. That would look good on here too. So yeah, you just kind of use scraps that you have and doll it up. I like this stuff because it kind of like looks just fun. So you kind of get the idea. You want to add some pink in there. I have this whole bag of scraps. I know it's in my closet here, but I'm not going to dig around for it while we're on video. We might be here all day. But you get the idea. But this is just, I love this project. And I can't wait for you to see the ones that I made. It was fun. They all kind of look the same too, but bells will be ringing. Boy, didn't know y'all were going to get sung to, did you? Anyway, and it's just fun too because, you know, especially if you're walking and you want to jingle with your caroling. It's fun. Alright, you guys, this was fun. I love this project. I love bells. I love Christmas, so I hope you are inspired to make you up your little junk tags and your junk, your little bells will be ringing and your little pencil. So fun. So fun. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see what you create. We'll see you in my next video.